Welcome to another Adobe Script tutorial. This time, how to remove swatches. I'll start with Illustrator, then show InDesign. Here's an Illustrator document to demonstrate. Unless you've edited the Illustrator startup, a new document comes with lots of swatches. Let's clean it up. First, we need the active document. var doc equals app active document, and a variable to use in the for loop, var I. To start, let's remove every swatch. When removing items, whether from an object collection or array, it's important to go backwards, meaning start with the last item and increment down to the first, because when going up, first to last, items are skipped. For example, when index 1 is removed, item 2 moves down to become item 1. But the loop then increments to item 2, which was item 3. It gets removed, but item 1 that was 2 still remains. So always go backwards when removing items from a collection or array. For I equals doc swatches length minus 1. The collection length minus 1 because the collection is 0 indexed. The first item is index 0, not 1. This makes the last item 1 less than the total number of items. We want to include index 0, so continue while I is greater than minus 1. And decrement the index instead of increasing it. I minus minus. In the loop, remove each swatch. Doc swatches, I remove. Last, add an alert to let us know the script has finished. Alert done. Save the script and go to Illustrator. Run the script. The extra swatches are gone. Notice the required swatches None and Registration remain. Illustrator won't let us remove these, but it doesn't complain when we try. However, future versions of Illustrator might complain and throw an error. So let's play it safe. None and Registration are indexes 0 and 1. Update the while portion of the for loop from greater than minus 1 to greater than 1 instead. Then indexes 0 and 1 are not touched. Save the script and go to Illustrator. I'll revert the document and run the script. The result is the same, but now the code will always work. Notice that swatches in use have also been removed. There is the option to add the colors back. In the Swatches panel flyout menu, select Add Used Colors. I haven't found a way to call this in a script. If anyone has, leave a comment. We could go through all elements and find what colors are used, but that would take a lot of code. Too much to cover in this tutorial. Keeping used colors is not difficult in InDesign, which I'll show in a bit. But more in Illustrator first. I'll revert the document. Now let's select a few colors and move them into a color group. Run the script again. The swatches are removed, but the empty color group remains. To get rid of those, we need another loop. Again, go backwards because we're removing items. For I equals doc swatch groups length minus 1. I is greater than minus 1. I minus minus. Doc swatch groups I remove. Save the script and go to Illustrator. I'll revert and run the script. The empty color group is gone, but so are all the other swatches, because the top level of swatches itself is a color group, at index 0. Change the while portion of the for loop from greater than minus 1 to greater than 0 instead. Then index 0 won't be removed. Save the script and go to Illustrator. I'll revert and run the script. That's better. The empty color group is gone, and the required swatches are intact. Now let's do the same in InDesign. I'll comment out the Illustrator code. Then add the InDesign code. For I equals doc swatches length -1, I is greater than -1, I minus minus. In the loop, remove the swatch. Doc swatches I remove. Save the script and go to InDesign. Run the script. We get an error. InDesign won't let us remove certain swatches, and it complains when we try. The problem is removing swatches from index 0 to 3. None, registration, paper, and black. We can't remove these. Change the while portion of the for loop from greater than -1 to greater than 3 instead. Save the script and go to InDesign. I'll revert the document and run the script. Now it works, no errors. But there's one problem with this approach. Anything that used a deleted swatch is now colored black. We'll take care of that in a moment. First, notice the color group remains. Let's add another loop to remove those. Like Illustrator, the top level swatches is itself a color group at index 0. InDesign won't let us remove it. If we try, it's an error. So make the while portion of the for loop greater than 0. Then index 0 isn't removed. For I equals doc color groups length -1. I is greater than 0. I minus minus. In the loop, remove the color group. Doc color groups I remove. Save the script and go to InDesign. I'll revert and run the script. Now the empty color group is gone. But we still have a problem. Items using deleted swatches are now colored black. Fortunately, InDesign has something Illustrator lacks. It keeps track of unused swatches. All we have to do is loop through the collection. I'll comment out the InDesign code so far and do it another way. Use a loop that goes through the unused swatches collection. Again, go backwards because we're removing items. For I equals doc unused swatches length -1, I is greater than -1, I minus minus. In the loop, we can't remove the unused swatch directly. Calling the remove method on it has no effect. Instead, remove the swatch object of the same ID. Doc swatches, item by ID, doc unused swatches I, ID, remove. Save the script and go to InDesign. I'll revert and run the script. Now all swatches in use remain intact. I've made a download for the code. Get it at the link in the description. Like this video and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. All feedback is welcome. Click the video or playlist on screen for more. Thank you for watching.